How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The Lakers have really been the talk of the NBA after having an offseason filled with new additions to their team, and while the spotlight mainly went to the high-profile players that they brought in, I do not think they have gotten enough credit for the addition of Malik Monk. Even when Monk was announced to be joining the Lakers, it went overshadowed by the addition of Carmelo Anthony, which happened at roughly the same time. And don't get me wrong here, I don't believe people are outright forgetting about him, but I do think they are undervaluing what he can bring to their team. To give you a quick look at his player profile and the numbers that he put up last year, Monk had a bit of a breakout year. He quietly averaged nearly 12 points per game on the most efficient shooting of his career by far, and his three-point shooting in particular took a big leap forward. He went from only shooting 28.4% during the 2019-2020 NBA season and only 32.2% in the first 3 years of his career combined to then shooting 40.1% last year, and he did it while averaging a career high of 5 three-point shots attempted per game. For only getting to play around 21 minutes per game, that definitely can be regarded as high-volume three-point shooting. He became a spark plug off the bench for the Charlotte Hornets and really began to show off the potential that many believed he once had. And for a guy who will be entering his 5th year in the NBA, Malik Monk will only turn 24 years old in February. He has a lot of room to grow as a player yet, and he could be in for a very interesting year with the Lakers, because many have been debating what his actual role with the team will be. Some believe he would be a good fit for their starting unit, others prefer him to come off the bench with Kendrick Nunn and Talen Horton-Tucker, and then some even believe that he will not have a large role on the team, and yes, I have actually seen people comment that under my videos. However, I do not agree with that at all, and I believe he will have a big role to play on their team. Whether or not he will be included in the starting lineup does not really matter to me. Regardless, he offers them a very unique skill set to utilize on offense, and one that would seem to fit in very well with any lineup that they put him into. For example, I believe he would be a great fit in their starting lineup, because while Monk enjoys creating his own offense in the half-court setting, he is a good off-ball player too. He moves well without the ball, and is very good at cutting to the rim, where he can finish in a variety of ways. Both LeBron and Westbrook love sharing the court with players like that. They are great at finding guys cutting backdoor and can set up their teammates with easy opportunities at the rim. And for a guy like Malik Monk with near unlimited athletic ability, he would likely have a very fun time on the court with them. He could legitimately be used like a lob threat while sharing the court with them, even though he is only a shooting guard, and that would translate to beyond the half-court setting. I mean, can you imagine a fast break run by Westbrook with LeBron and Malik Monk running beside him? Even thinking about that gets me hyped for the highlights that they would be able to create, and that has been something that they have lacked during the past couple of years. LeBron has not had a real running mate in transition, but with Westbrook and Malik Monk, he would have two that would regularly be looking to push the ball in the open court with him. And if you were to put Kent Bazemore or Wayne Ellington in their starting lineup over Malik Monk, they would not be able to do that in the same way. Ellington may be the better three-point shooter, and Bazemore may be the better defender, but Monk definitely has them beat when it comes to running in transition. And when you take into consideration that he is the most talented offensive player overall between them, that only improves his argument to be included in their starting lineup even more. He can knock down three-point shots from the corner and wing, but he can attack the rim and run in transition more effectively than either one of Bazemore or Ellington. Again, I don't really think it is that big of a deal if he is not included in their starting lineup, but what he offers their team cannot go underappreciated. They might value the pure three-point shooting ability that Ellington would provide their starting lineup, or Bazemore's ability to defend, but Monk still will provide a ton of value to their team. And regardless of how they use him, I believe he would excel in either one of their starting lineup or while coming off the bench, and if he came off the bench, he would have more opportunities to create his own offense. He would likely share on-ball duties with Kendrick Nunn and would be relied on more to create his own shot. That would bode well for his offensive numbers, and he would still combine to make a very good fast break trio with Kendrick Nunn and Talen Horton-Tucker. Their youth could make for a fun bench unit, and one that could put up some very noteworthy numbers. However, the real reason why I believe Malik Monk could be their X factor is because he is the only one on their team that would work near perfectly while coming off the bench or while being included in their starting lineup. He would be a great fit either way, and one that will be looked at to provide high energy offensive production. and his production could make the difference between how good the Lakers can really become. That may sound a bit odd to say when referring to Malik Monk, but I truly believe that. Like I mentioned before, the addition of Monk was overshadowed by other high-profile names, but he will be a key part of their team. If he is able to maintain or improve upon the progress that he made last year, that would make the Lakers even more dangerous. Opposing teams will not be focusing on Malik Monk, and if he can make them pay for that all year long, then teams will have a very difficult time stopping their offense. We need to remember that other than injuries, the number one thing that held the Lakers back last year was regular offensive production from players not named LeBron or Anthony Davis, and while they know what they will be getting from LeBron, AD, and Westbrook, it is not a given that everyone else will fit well on their team. We would imagine that Kendrick Nunn and Carmelo Anthony will be able to provide their normal 10 to 15 points per game, but that is not entirely a given either, and while I do think it is likely that all 5 of those players provide regular offensive production, many are forgetting to include Malik Monk. Although, we know he is capable of doing it though, averaging nearly 12 points per game in under 21 minutes per game cannot be overlooked. If he can translate that scoring ability to his new team, there will be no way for them to be stopped on offense. Because really think about that for a second, no matter when Monk is on the court, he will only be viewed as the third option at best by the opposing team. He will never draw double teams and will often even be forgotten about when sharing the court with LeBron, AD, or Westbrook. And you cannot let a player like Malik Monk go unaccounted for. Whether it would be when he goes on a hot shooting streak or makes the team pay by cutting to the rim, he will find ways to put up points if the defense is not respecting him. In conclusion though, I believe that Malik Monk is often being unaccounted for when it comes to players who will make a big impact on the Laker team. He is one of their more talented role players on offense and could theoretically fit in great with their starting lineup or while coming off their bench. There are a ton of ways that they could utilize him, and if he plays like he did last year, then look out. But what do you guys think? What are your expectations when it comes to what Malik Monk will bring to the Lakers? And do you believe that he could become the X factor for their team? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. If you want to stay up to date on all my immediate thoughts and moves around the NBA, be sure to follow me on Twitter too. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.